And we are off to work. So tap the brake and we'll drive out of our driveway. Turn on full self-driving. We put in our work address and now we're going to go to work. So it looks like it's a 25-minute trip. I'm planning to leave it in hurry mode, and I'm going to try to let it do everything, even if it's not what I would do. So we will hit the start FSD supervised. So we're parked in front of a vehicle or behind a vehicle, and we'll let the car do its thing. So a little bit of a backup. There's a car there. So it stopped for that car. So in case I haven't told you, we are in Winnipeg, Manitoba, and it is 7:45 in the morning. So we should hit some pretty good rush hour traffic. I am currently driving a loaner vehicle from Tesla because mine is in the shop. Had some sort of electrical issue that they're dealing with, and one of the parts doesn't get here till next week. So I get this vehicle for the weekend, so we'll try to do some more videos on this. So we're on 13.2.9, and once I have the opportunity, I'll make sure it's in hurry mode. So we come to a complete stop and make a right-hand turn. I will not adjust the speed, even though speed we can do 50 kilometers an hour in residential. So this is a black Tesla Model 3 Performance. So I'll do another video and show you some of the features on the screen. So we have a stop sign. I've reported this multiple times because we used to go out to the street, but now we come to a stop at the stop sign because there's people go by on that walkway. So there's no second stop. It just kind of rolls it, which is perfect. That's exactly what you should do, unless there was other vehicles around that it needed to stop for. All right, so we're in standard. We're gonna push it to hurry mode. So we're now in hurry mode. This road is 60 kilometers an hour. And we will come to a complete stop. As you can see, the traffic is a little bit busier than normal. If you've watched any of my previous videos, you'll kind of see that. We're just getting out of the residential area. And 400 meters, we will make a right-hand turn onto Dakota Street. You can see that the max speed shows 30 now. This is still the 60. And the car is set it for 55 kilometers an hour. So we make a nice smooth right-hand turn. We currently have let's check our offset. What is it under autopilot? Yes. So we're at a 10% offset. So if it was 30 speed zone and 10% offset, would likely go to like 35 thereabouts. I will only adjust the speed if we hit speed camera, which are at the lights, to make sure we're not speeding, or in a school zone. But I know we don't have any school zones between here and my work. So we'll be going to downtown Winnipeg. So it's a pretty straightforward drive. You can see there's, I don't know if you can see that, but starting to get busier. Usually around 8 o'clock is the busy time. And we will watch the front of the road. So we're mid-October 2025. As you can see, it's we've had a bit of rain. Supposed to rain most of the morning and have a little bit drier evening. And tomorrow, Saturday, it's Friday today. Tomorrow is Saturday, and it will likely be a... Oh, that was really good. It's supposed to be a sunny day tomorrow. So the car got behind the bus, and it saw that small gap and took it. It's the benefits of hurry mode. So I often do not like driving in the right lane after rain because we get a lot of puddles on the right side. Version 13.2.9 of full self-driving does not try to avoid those most of the time. Occasionally, if it sees a big one, it will try to go around it because it looks like an obstacle to the car. So we're doing 66 kilometers an hour. So this is a typical speed for most people in the morning. People are in a rush, so they'll do, 10% over the speed limit, which right now is 60 kilometers an hour. A little bit of a pothole there, not too bad. Most of our construction is wrapping up. The road, this crossroad right here is called Abinogi Mikana, and it is still under construction, and it will be backed up if you go left here for probably a kilometer and a bit. So now we're starting to get into some heavier traffic. And often this is the slower lane because we get a lot of, there's a school to our right and a lot of people turn right here, but it looks like we're doing all right today. Once you get through the light, then this is the faster lane because there's a street called St. Mary's coming up. We're going straight, but if you turn right, which a lot of people do to go to downtown, a lot of people turn right here, or they'll cut through the parking lot. So I just fast forwarded likely through some of that waiting time. So I'll do that if it gets too boring. And yeah, so we're on version 13.2.9. Currently at the moment, there was several videos that came out yesterday on version full self-driving version 14.1.2. And the YouTubers that I saw, Chuck and Chris from Dirty Tesla, I saw Moore's whole blog, and they all say shoot it wide. So I really hope that I will get that soon, and then I can do some videos for you on that. Shout out to Canada FSD, or is it FSD Canada? Anyways, he's been an up-and-coming YouTuber, and he seems to have gained a little bit of traction with this new version. And he's been putting out some good videos. So we've got 12 more minutes. So we have, we're on Osborne Street now. This road changes from Dakota to Dunkirk to Osborne. So it changes right here to Osborne. This is usually a pretty busy area at this time of day. But the traffic does go fast. Cars are not allowed to park in the right-hand lane between 7 and 9 a.m. in the morning due to rush hour. Okay, I saw that guy turning left and took a gap here. That was perfect. So even though we crossed these lines here because of the traffic cones, it's just handling it like a boss. That was really, really good. No hesitation. It feels so confident in its decision making. There's, like I say, no hesitation. This is great. I'm sure looking forward to the version 14 FSD. The parking side of things sounds amazing. So we're gonna make a right-hand turn coming up. So nice smooth lane change here. So hopefully this setup is working a little bit better. I did a little bit wider angle this time and put the camera a little bit further back. So if I lean forward, you can actually see me a little bit. Wanted you to clearly see the steering wheel. I might have to get another camera so I can give you a better shot of the screen because I know it looks pretty small. So it's a work in progress. But if you enjoy these videos, please give it a thumbs up. That is probably the best thing that you can do to help me. So we have a lot of traffic to our left. And nice signal into this small gap. As you can see, there's already a car right on our butt. So that was perfect. The right lane, you don't want to be there because at this apartment building coming up, there is a light just after the apartment building, and that's a right-only lane to turn right, and we are going straight. So we want to be either in the middle lane here or the left lane. So I'm planning to do a bunch more videos. I want to show people some of the features of the screen, how that works, the different options in here. So it looks like we're going to get in the left lane. We're in hurry mode, so it makes sense, I guess. Show you some of the app features as well. So that'll be up and coming. And I want to show you a little bit more about what I do for my charging on a daily basis. So often I will charge at home. Literally takes like 10 seconds to get into, like, once I'm out of my car, to grab the charger and plug it in. It's a pretty seamless experience. No more gas station stops. And it's super cheap to drive electric. And maintenance is very minimal as well, typically. So my like I said earlier, my car is in the shop. You buy a brand new Tesla, you get 4-year parts and labor warranty on any manufacturing defects, and you get 8-year warranty on the battery and the motors. So they covered the tow from my garage to the shop, and everything else is under warranty. So it will cost me $0. So I do have about, I think, 75,000 kilometers on my car because I use it for Uber. And I'm considering buying the extended warranty, but I'm not sure. What do you guys think? I think the warranty runs out at 80, something like 80,000 kilometers. Let's see if we can check here. I don't know where it is exactly in here. Somewhere's around 80,000 kilometers, 82,000, give or take. So it's almost run out of that 4-year manufacturing defect parts and labor. I'm going to ask them if the issue I currently have on the car is part of the battery warranty, or whether it would be part of the basic original warranty. Because it is battery related, but it's not the battery itself, if that makes any sense. Also, if you do a little bit of research online, I can tell you 800,000 kilometers is the average expected lifetime of a Model 3, probably Model Y as well, battery. And battery technology, by the time you have to replace it, will be super cheap and probably have a lot of range. So So car's doing really well. We are getting very close to our destination. I would like to go this way instead. So there's a little bit of construction in here, so it'll make it a little bit more challenging, I suppose. So far, I have not had to do anything. No pedal presses, no issues with regards to vehicle mishaps or safety issues. Car's signal lights have been top notch. Honestly, this has been one of my better drives. I find on the weekend it's a bit more challenging due to lane selections and cars parked. So hopefully we'll go to the far lane. Nope, that's okay. So there's a very small gap. I'm not sure how we're going to get to the far lane now. We really should have been in that lane because there's other cones coming up, and likely we will hold up some traffic behind us. So we've got a bunch of traffic behind us. Looks like I think that's another Tesla Model Y behind us. So we're trying to signal through. Oh, we got a nice little gap here. Not sure why that guy is honking. So that was really nice. I would have personally been in the right lane, but so we're doing 36. We could be doing a little bit quicker. The car is set to do, I think, 45, 44. Looks like we should make this light. And this nice big parking sign up on the right is where we are going. We're following that vehicle that just went in the parking. So signal, hopefully we'll just go right into the parkade here. So they removed the, no, it's not going. Okay, so we'll take over. So the car on version 13 does not do parkade yet, but I'm looking forward to trying it on version 14 when we get there. And yeah, hopefully you enjoyed that video. Again, I really appreciate it if you can just give it a thumbs up. That will help the YouTube algorithms recommend it more to people. And please share if you enjoyed it and thought it would be interesting for one of your friends to see, or some family members, or save it to watch it later again. And yeah, subscribe if you would like. Would really appreciate that as well. All right. Hopefully you'll stick around and see some more videos coming up. And we will talk to you later. Thank you. Bye. We're gonna let the car park. So if you're still here, great. I like to park up on this 4th floor and way on the side where there's this part here, because it gives me more room to keep away from door dings from other people. Not a lot of people like to park up on the 4th floor, so. All right, perfect park job. Hello, YouTube, and welcome back. So today is the second part of the video. I've just finished work and now we're gonna head home. And let's stick in some navigation to my home address. All right, so we're gonna be doing essentially the reverse of what I did earlier. And It's going to be a little bit different route. This morning we came up this route here and this way, and we're going to go back on this other route because it's a little bit more efficient at this time of day. It is 5:40 in the evening. It's already starting to get a little bit dusky out. It was a very rainy day. I'll be surprised if it knows how to get out of here. Well, it's got a signal on, and oh, okay. This is good. This is a lot better than I expected. We should make a right-hand turn, and we will be on our way. So I will make sure that we went to the far lane, so we should go back into the other lane. Okay, that was not great, but we got there. So this is acceptable to turn right on red, but the car is waiting, and I don't have anybody behind me, so I'm not going to push it. If I haven't said so, we are in Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada. So for anybody in the States, that is just above North Dakota, Minnesota border, about an hour drive, I think, across the border. So we have approximately 900,000 people living here. So we do have a very busy downtown core, but it's kind of like a city, but a very small city in that respect. That said, it's the largest city that I've ever lived, and but I've heard from others that this is not bad at all. So version 13.2.9 and version 14.1.2 has been out since yesterday, and there are a lot of videos coming up online on YouTube, and very interesting to watch how good it is. So our signal light keeps coming on to turn left. It's two false ones, and now we get the proper one. So we got some cones here, and we just move right on to the right. Okay, so another false signal. I think it was going to attempt to go to the right lane, but it doesn't need to do so at the moment. Starting to get some cooler days. It is plus 12 Celsius. I'm not sure what that is in Fahrenheit, maybe 60, I think. Thereabouts. And on my red Tesla Model 3, which is just the long-range version, I have not had the new software update in Canada yet, which I don't know why, but it includes Grok and a few other enhancements. So that was a nice turn. Left signal to go over one more lane. Now we might run into some trouble coming up here. I'll show you on the map. So we have two bridges to cross. Once we get across this second bridge, if you can see this, these two left lanes, they turn left, and you can only be in the right side, so the lane that's over here, the one to my right, to actually make the turn we want to do, which is coming down this road here. So if anything, the car should move over one more lane when it has the opportunity. What typically happens for me is that it's kind of like a last minute thing. The car realizes it's in the wrong lane and tries to move over. Sometimes it has to come almost to a stop because of the traffic light up here. We'll see how it does. Oh, it's moving over. Normally doesn't do this. Maybe because that vehicle is beside us and it's in hurry mode, so it wants to get ahead. Not sure. But I would say majority of the time I take over usually around here because I'm always in that lane or the left one. I have to get myself over. So you can see cars, there's a white car up there, did the same thing. It moved over last minute. So this is where we're saying the left two lanes have to go left, and then this right lane comes into two lanes, and then they both go to the right. Essentially, they show it as going forward, straight. But it's really a fork in the road. Any concerns you have or any questions you have about anything that the car is doing or anything that you'd like to see better in my videos, please let me know as soon as down in the comments there. And yeah, sure looking forward to the new version 14, but I am trying to be patient. And I've seen some other posts on X where people really want it as well. Saw, I think he goes by Tech Operator, put a post on X saying, woke up, checked to see if I had version 14. No, I didn't. Went back to sleep. Thought that was pretty funny. So there's a nice move around that vehicle. Car gave us a gap because we had our signal on. It is always key to put your signal light on. It shows traffic around you intention. And you don't have to even be aggressive because people will eventually let you in. Most of the time. Hey, we're in Canada. What can I say? People are often very kind. So we will need to get into the left lane to go left here. And that's perfect. Let me make this bigger again. Sorry about that. So a nice smooth slowdown. It's interesting that we are still in this lane because the right-hand lane is completely open and we are in hurry mode. So hurry mode, I find sometimes it can be very lane aggressive and it will switch lanes, and other times it just doesn't. Maybe it saw this bus, who knows? But we are definitely switching lanes now. Very well executed. So I assume a lot of you watching have watched the full self-driving 14 videos. I'd love to hear your opinions on what you think about how version 13.2.9 drives versus the version 14 when it comes to traffic. I know parking lots are and parking and leaving spots are not great on this version. So I don't want to compare that at all, but I'd love to hear your opinions on how you think the smoothness is, that kind of stuff. Until I can actually try version 14, it's a little bit hard for me to judge, and probably the same for you. But I'll say that I like the way version 13 drives. It seems very smooth. It's confident in its lane changes when it does make the decision to go. You get every once in a while the false signal light being turned on, but often I will just turn that off on my own if I don't feel comfortable leaving it on. But I think the new version 14.1.2 that's out, many of the videos that I watch say, yes, this is good to go out to everyone. So I'd love if Tesla did that. So I'm just going to adjust this a little bit. I think I will just get it to stop at this Hearth Mazza and Wine Bar. We've done a couple stops there before. So we've got some crosswalks, signals going on. If you can see the screen, they actually show as signal lights that are popping up and turning off and turning on all over the screen. It's kind of crazy. They don't have proper visual assets on that. I've seen on Canada FSD's channel that he came across those same lights, and I was so very interested to see how it handled it, and it was flawless. Handled it really, really well. So this signal light on the vehicle in front of us is turning left, so we move to the right, which is great. So Tesla pulling out in front and putting his foot down. So again, I have to say this has been one of my better drives. Today is Friday evening, and I think tomorrow I will go out again and give you some more footage. So here's our final destination, and we will turn right into this parking lot. And right here is the stop, but let's see how far the car goes. This is much better than last time. I expect it will stop and park right here. And it does. So that was actually really well done. Version 14 will actually try to find a parking spot. So I don't even think there is a parking spot. So let's just drive forward. If you could help me out, please hit the like. I really appreciate that. And subscribe if you found this content interesting. And I would really appreciate if you could share it as well. But the number one thing, please hit the like button for me. And hope you enjoyed the video. I will work on getting some more content out. And let's see, so I have to hold this. So yeah, so again, thanks for watching, and we will talk to you later. Bye.